Yes, hello. Thanks for having me, Ben. Si, hope you're doing all right. Spurs fans, Newcastle United, of course. It's in the blood, man. It's in the blood. I'm here to talk about the upcoming game this Saturday at St James's Park, which is going to be a difficult one for us, considering we have a ton of injuries at the moment, and there is speculation out there, probably by the national press, to be honest with you. Is Eddie Howe under pressure? I don't think he is. Match-going fans don't see it as that. I think that comes from the likes of TalkSport, to be honest with you, because they want to create a story, create a headline. He's not under pressure at all at the moment. Understandably, the amount of injuries that we've had is just beyond a joke, man. I mean, we've had 10, 11 players out consistently all season. It's not just been for a short period of time. And you guys have obviously, early on the season, found it difficult as well, but we've had it all season. We haven't had any respite from it, and considering when you've got 5 or 6 players who would come in and command a starting place week in, week out, aren't available, you just never know what side Eddie Howe's going to put out or what he can put out, because at times this season we've had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. We've had a bunch of kids who've never kicked a ball for the first team, so it's been difficult. But look, we're still in the hunt for 6th or 7th place, and despite some people might say it's not been the best of seasons, we overachieved last season 100%, and we didn't disgrace ourselves going out in the Champions League, because we had Milan, we had Dortmund, we had PSG, and we were robbed in PSG in the last minute as well. Manchester United disgraced themselves. They went out against Copenhagen. Yeah, bit of a difference. But look, I think Spurs are doing fantastically well. I've got to say that. I generally feared for yous. Generally did when I seen Harry Kane leave before. No chance they're going to finish mid-table. But considering the job that Ange's done, unbelievable. What a job. I didn't think you'd do that well, to be honest with you. I think it's practically nailed on that you and Villa will get 4th or 5th, whichever position, because the coefficiency looks like it's favouring the Premier League at the minute. So it looks like we'll have 5 Champions League teams and possibly even 6 if West Ham somehow won the Europa League, which is against Bayer Leverkusen. It's a tough ask to get past that one, but look, it's definitely going to be 5 Champions League teams. Unbelievable achievement for you, and obviously especially when you've had the likes of Maddison out, and the quickest centre-back in the league also out for a period of time as well. But look, it's going to be a difficult game. Look, Spurs obviously qualify for the Champions League. Will they underachieve next season? I think if you don't have an injury record like ours, I think you'll be fine, to be honest with you. I think you'll do all right. I think you'll go far, and you should easily get to the knockout stage, especially with the new format, the Champions League coming in next season. But you'll obviously strengthen the squad. I still think you need a striker, despite Son absolutely banging in the goals in. But what happens if you lose him? You know, it's the same as just Newcastle. If we lose Isak, who was absolutely brilliant, world-class level, or maybe just the bracket underneath. Maybe I'm being biased. I'm probably being biased. There's a reason why Arsenal are linked to him. But, you know, if you lose Son, who do you have come in to replace him with? Charleston looks like he's starting to bang the goals in a little bit more this season, which is good for you guys. Kulusevski on the right-hand side is great. Maddison, creative midfielder. The 2 centre midfielders look a lot better than they were last season. Your defence looks easier. You've improved the goalkeeper as well. I think that's 100%. I think Lloris, well, he played at St James's Park, remember, when we're 5-0 up after 20 minutes last season. That was basically effectively end of these Spurs careers, didn't it? Because has he played since? I don't know. You tell me. But it's going to be a difficult one, like, for both sides this Saturday, like. So we've got something to fight for, and yous have as well. And although I think it's almost there that yous have got the European Champions League spots, as I say, but it's going to be a tough one. There's a lot of key battles there. Who's playing right back for us? Is Trippier back? I know, because he's got 10 assists this season, but it's not just that, it's the leadership that he brings as well. Because if you go up against Emil Kraft, that's probably where you're going to get some joy. With centre-backs, we've got Botman out for 9 months, Lascelles is out for 9 months, so it's probably going to be Shane Byrne, with Lewis Hall, who's barely played this season at left-back, and we've got a second-choice goalkeeper. We've got a midfielder who's suspended still for betting. Joe Litton, who's just signed a contract extension, which we're delighted about, he's missing. Really, I think Bruno, if you stop Bruno playing, I think you'll stop the creativity, and Isak, of course, as well. But then again, I say that, on the left-hand side, we've got Anthony Gordon, who thoroughly deserves his England place. He's been brilliant, and Harvey Barnes can score goals off the bench. It's good to have him back. Touch wood, no more injuries, please. But on the right-hand side, I think we are a little bit weak, not just the right back. If Trippier doesn't make it, I also think in front of them, whether it's Almiron or Murphy, for me, they're just not Premier League players. I would like to see Barnes or Gordon alternate between left and right, and he's up the top, but going to be a difficult game for Hughes as well. You know, it's not an easy place, as you've seen when he's came up and were hammered you. But I think it's two different teams with two different trajectories. We're slightly below par, and Hughes are on the upward curve, and be interesting summer for Hughes as well. And obviously we've got that daft friendly at the end of the season in Melbourne in Australia, but probably less said about that, maybe the better for some fans. But yeah. Thanks lads for having me on. We've got Si coming on at Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll be doing a match reaction outside James's Park, and we also do something called The Last Word, which is a very in-depth video, so do come over, see it from our point of view as well over the weekend. But yeah, I don't need to wish these Eddie's luck, because I think he's almost there, to be honest with you. He's there in the Champions League. I think the top 5 set in stone, because no one else is catching them, and Man United are just crap. So I think we'll all agree with that. We're happy with that, especially when half of them live in London. But anyways, enough from me, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Ta-da.